Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hey, what's up, family? What's going on, good people, cousins, and kinfolks? I want to welcome you. Okay, welcome. I'm not going to hold you long at all whatsoever. I just came to show you, okay, what we need to be peeping out and what we ought to be doing, okay? I'm going to be in and out, literally. So with that being said, I want to welcome everybody in. Whether you're here for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully, I earned the right to your time to come back again, friends, and we can get locked in. Welcome back to all of those who are cousins and kinfolks, and you are locked in. I appreciate you. If you don't mind sharing this with somebody that you know, it will go a very long way, okay? First of all, it will help me and you beat the algorithm. That's who we up against right now. The machine. So by a simple share, it is absolutely free. It does not cost much of your time to go ahead and share. They will begin to put this up in the feeds and in somebody's timeline, okay? And it also helps me reach the people that I am intended to reach, whether that be you or somebody you know. And it absolutely can be both. So please take a quick moment to go ahead and share this. Let me make sure I got up here what I need to have up here. And then we're going to go ahead and get this party started. I hope all is well with all of you all, whether that is physically, emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. Okay. It's a whole lot of going on. And I'm not coming here to add to your stress whatsoever. What I will say is, you need to be aware so that you can be prepared. What is going on? And I only want to just, come with just maybe 2 or 3 headlines, honestly, because y'all can watch the news. We can catch up. We don't have to go through a whole bunch of headlines to understand what in the whole entire world is going on. I'm trying to get to this one headline that I'm going to share. Let me see if this is the one. Okay, I'll share that another time. I want to just share this. Okay, that was one of them. You know what? Let me just go type it in, friends. Let me just go type it in because I don't want to delay the time at all. I just want to show you this. Let me get this on. All right, here we go. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this at all, even here on this live broadcast, is because I always come and preach this. This war, okay, whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not, we are paying for this war. And we're not just paying for this war at the gas pump. We're not just paying for this war with increased food costs. We're not just paying for this war, with the oil production, the regular everyday products that we buy, from tires to metal to plastic to everything we can think of, clothes, everything that we can think of. that you could think possibly pertains to having some type of oil production or manufacturing. Think of that times 50. Okay. 50,000 different household everyday products that we use will go up in cost. Flights, travel, food, clothing, rent, insurance, you name it, everything. And if they taxing us that way, then we need to make some more money, because the only thing that is not going up is our money. And this is harming a lot of people. How are we going to stay afloat? Someone called me up today, honestly, and said, what you have been saying for the last few years, I absolutely see it with my own eyes. And this is scary. I don't come by here with no fear campaign. I do not come by here with no, fear mongering spirit. Warning comes before destruction, cousins. That's just bottom line. I would want to be warned if somebody was coming to harm me, especially if I could be warned in time enough to either move completely out the way or be 100% prepared. That's 100%. I mean, that's love. If you love me, warn me. Let me know if I'm in danger or if danger is coming to my doorstep. I can move better and differently if I am prepared for the attack, for whatever it is. So I have been warning only with the sole purpose of just make sure that you're in a better position. Ain't nobody exempt from this. The rich, the poor, the in between, the wealthy, the ultra wealthy, ain't nobody exempt from this. Everybody is going to suffer in some shape or form or fashion. How you suffer will be determined by you. Okay? How you suffer will be determined by you. So I've been saying, outside of all of those things that this war is costing us, now here you got the Republicans, people in Congress. Let me blow this up. I want y'all to go look for it. I'm just showing you this headline. Because if you think it's only going to show up in them areas, get ready for your Medicare to be cut to fund this war bill. 200 billion plus and counting. Okay? Republicans eye healthcare cuts to fund Iran war. GOP weighs healthcare cuts to pay for Iran war. GOP eyeing ACA subsidy cuts, Medicare, Medicaid cuts, other healthcare moves to pay for Iran war. Why, oh, why would you do to people like this? The prices is enough. Now you didn't went over into the Medicare cuts, which a lot of people in this country have some type of ailments because of the lifestyle, the food that we eat, the toxins we inhale and digest, the plastic, okay? Come to find out, 33, either 23 of 33, that's what it is. 23 out of 33 everyday candies that us as adults and mostly children eat has been found with arsenic. So you have a lot of people, including children, that have diabetes and underlying health conditions that need this Medicare to get their prescriptions or whatever it is to keep them maintained. We are stuck with refrigerated medications for cancer patients, with life-threatening, body parts for people who's waited on transplants and different things of that sort, where they are required to have whatever it is refrigerated, cold at a certain Celsius, at a certain temperature, now stuck out there in the waters. So that's already affecting a lot of cancer patients, a lot of IV bags, a lot of MRI imaging. All of that stuff relies on helium and on oxygen and on oil, things that are locked up in the Strait of Hormuz. And now, from the inside, our very own government is charging us and taking health care away from people that you poison with food. And I said again, with aerosols and toxins that we breathe on the daily. Now you're going to cut Medicare. And they're not stopping there. You're already being hit with the student loans, people taxes being taken for student loans. People thought they was getting taxes. Do you know how many people had their taxes offset without any notification? IRS took tax returns for student loans. They said for Iran, I'm weak. For student loans. Okay? I don't want this, not interested in that. The IRS could seize your federal income tax refund to repay defaulted federal student loans. They took so many people's income taxes. If you go search in on Facebook, income tax, IRS, anything of that sort, TikTok, you will find the masses of people stating that their income taxes were taken without notice. They called the offset to see if their taxes would be offset. There was no record. And then the date that they were supposed to have their deposits, they were notified that day that this amount of money was taken out and you was only left with $50, $56. Then when they got on the phone and called, who could have took the money? I had no offsets. Student loans. You guys hear me clearly. All of this has to collapse in order for them to usher in this new system. It is not a coincidence. All these things are happening haphazardly. My message is to you. Don't let them take you down and don't let them take you out. You can resist legally and lawfully. And this is one way how you resist. Don't let them take you out and don't let them take you down. 23 candies tested positive for high level arsenic. Okay. According to January 2026 testing by the Florida Department of Health, 28 of 46, roughly 60%, tested popular candies contained elevated levels of arsenic. Contaminated brands mentioned included Laffy Taffy, Jolly Ranchers, Snickers, Twizzlers, Sweet Tarts, Trolleys, Sour Patch Kids. You had Skittles on the back, Nerds. Why would our children be being poisoned with arsenic? High levels at that. I'm just saying, you got all this stuff, and now they're not even hiding their hand. They don't care. So if you got all these children being poisoned with arsenic, if you got them doing this type of stuff on the adults, TV can control your nervous system. Your smart TV, it's a pattern. Huh? Hold on, let me go find the patent. Electronic devices. patent. I want to show y'all. Oh, here we go. Okay. Here is the Google patent. They pulling this on the grown people right here. Nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields. It is therefore possible to manipulate your nervous system of a subject by pulsing images displayed on a nearby computer, monitor, or television, as well as your phone. This is from the GOV website, National Institution of Health. GOV. Here is the patent for it when they actually created it and put it into our cell phones, smartphones, televisions, and computers. So now your mind and your mood and your nervous system can be altered by electromagnetic pulses. You poisoning our children with arsenic. You then went to war without our permission and charging us for the war. Okay? Charging us for that war. My bad, y'all. My bad, my bad. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to actually, let me share my screen again. I was trying to actually go back what we just went through. So you have them manipulating our nervous system. Okay. You have them poisoning our children with high levels of arsenic in our everyday candies. This is our food. This is stuff that we feed our children. Snacks. TV ain't safe. IRS took people income tax. Okay. You got them about to cut health care to make us pay for the war over in Iran. 200 billion plus and counting. And you not giving us no more money? 50,000 everyday household products will be impacted and inflated because of this war. So we paying on that front. We paying at the gas station. We paying when our cellular phones, our cell phones and stuff is made with oil. Our MRI imaging machines is made with oil. Our x-ray machines have helium that goes through the production and manufacturing that includes using oil. It's bigger than what we can see and bigger than what we can think. That's why we have to resist lawfully and legally that you ain't finna take us down like that. And the only way you don't go down is if you able to keep up. That's the only way. If you can't go get rapid revenue, then what you gonna do? Food prices ain't gonna come down because you can't afford it. They're going up. Gas prices. People are not even willing to fly. When I tell you they is collapsing this system simultaneously on purpose, you got the TSA workers who still ain't been paid. Do you know we have had at least 5 bomb threats on a plane in the last 1 week? 5 bomb threats where people have made a statement, I am going to do such and such to this plane, to y'all on here, and we still ain't got TSA paid. So now our country is not safe. at all. That's one problem. But now, and it's not just the United States, I say it all the time, it's global. You got people, I think it's the UK, just had the emergency meeting because they just got the last of their jet fuel delivered to them today. After that, there is no more. After that, there is no more. So they had to call it an emergency meeting. India has no more gas, no more fuel. Africa is suffering so bad, their refineries and their manufacturing plants are down. And to make it worse, as if Iran ain't enough, why three of our oil refineries and manufacturing, oil manufacturers is on fire? Make that make sense? We got no access to oil in the Gulf. And then we got oil refineries over here just blowing up on the water. Three, at least I know of three. And how are we supposed to afford all of this? This is planned. Okay. They create the chaos to control the outcome. This is all a drill. Code red, it's a drill. And the drill is to take, I ain't even gonna say take the middle class. They really don't care at this point. A lot of them have offshore assets. If you don't know what offshore assets is, real simply, they invested their money outside of the United States to other countries. So if this dollar collapse, it go down into whatever the heck it wants to do. Their assets is protected. They have diversified their assets. The wealthy people. I have a lot of receipts with these bunkers, how they didn't went over there and burned down Hawaii about 2 years ago. Now they didn't rebuild that bad boy with underground bunkers, how they burnt down, I think it was called Altadena, California, how now that is a smart city. Listen, I can go on and on and on. This stuff is a dang on drill. And they need this system to collapse. They all in on it. They need all of this to happen so that they can usher in this new system. What does this new system look like? We all know, because I've been telling y'all, and there's a lot of people telling y'all, including themselves. We want our agenda in full effect by 2030. We are in 2026. We want our agenda in full effect by 2030. We got to have the financial system together. They just announced today about tokenization. Hey, we are right there at the door to have everything tokenized. We're just waiting on a couple of small minor pieces so that the system is completely built. Let me see if I can pull it up so y'all can hear it, because it probably sounds more believable coming from their lips, since y'all be thinking that I'll just be shucking and jiving y'all. Not so. Hold on. Oh yeah, here we go. I can't play a whole lot of this because it's from Fox. Okay. They like to go and be like copyright. So I'm gonna have to play it in little increments so you can hear it and you can catch it. It's loading right now. Okay. You see the headline though. Tokenized world. Tokenized world. Crypto next big thing is about to take over. Told y'all, they're not even hiding this crap no more. What is tokenization? Where I go buy a house, for $200,000, but it's not my house. I only own a fraction of the house. Because if you and you and you want to own a fraction of that same house, then we all just own a fraction of it. We will never ever be able to buy anything outright and say, I am the owner of that. That's what tokenization is. Let him explain.
Bitcoin this morning below $70,000, but up on the session. The digital asset is down about 22% from its all-time high of $126,000. Joining me now is the CEO of Ledger, Pascal Gauthier. Pascal, thanks very much for being here. Your reaction to the moves and what you're expecting here in this market.
I just got to pause it because they only let you play a few seconds and then do a little commentary without you getting some type of copyright strike. So, and he also has broken English. So, just bear with him. You should be able to understand. If not, the caption is here for you to read along.
Well, we don't really look at the moves at Ledger. What we look at is the volume of exchange and the trends. The trend is that we're moving into a tokenized world, tokenized asset world, and humans will be moving, but also AI will be moving these tokens. And so at Ledger, we're very focused on building the security infrastructure that underlies this whole economy, making sure that you can be secure and autonomous, and also that you can control your agents.
Making sure it be secure and autonomous, automated, okay? Focus on the security sector. They're creating the system so that it is secured.
Yeah, and I think, the tension is between self-custody and convenience. And I want to get your take, given your own recover situation there and what institutions are doing. Pascal, do you expect all markets to be tokenized? How will this look in financial services going forward?
Yeah, possibly. I think, what Bitcoin has been and what this tokenized world is just better rails to transfer value. And so let's think about it as an upgrade in technology. And so will the financial world and will Wall Street use better technology to transfer assets? I think for sure. And it's not a question so much about self-custody versus custody. Is how can these assets be secure? And this is where Ledger comes in play. These are very new assets. The transaction is immutable, and so you need a new form of security around it. And that's what we're building for the consumer. And this is why you talk about self-custody. But we're also building this for financial institution, and that's Ledger.
Everybody about to be tokenized. A lot of my cousins don't even know what in the world that means. You will own nothing and be happy. That's just how you round it up. You will own nothing and be happy. Right now is your only time, like never before, to grab you a piece of land. What you buy before this new system rolls out is yours. Can't nobody else come get no dibs on. The whole purpose is to keep people from getting wealthy. We want two classes. Us, the elite that are wealthy, and those, the consumers that are poor. And because we thought about the idea and created the system first, we win. We dominate everybody else. There ain't going to be no in between. Ain't going to be no middle class in between poor and wealthy. Those that are taking advantage of the opportunities right now, and those that are taking their lives and livelihood serious right now will win. Everybody else is going to get equal treatment. Universal basic income. Everybody can get that. You live in our places. What we say go. And if we don't like that you got your mama over every day, then we can lock you out. Tokenized means that your electricity will be tokenized. You would have to buy tokens for your energy. And if you run out, then you won't have any until you refill them. Tokenized mean that you will have to have tokens to drive your vehicles. That's why they want all these electric vehicles. No more old school. Not to mention the government is putting kill switches in every vehicle manufactured from January 2026 and beyond. I dare you to go fact check me. I dare you to. I don't want to take all my life up with this because I've been showing y'all this. This is all happening so that they can force their beast system. It's about control. We don't want y'all owning anything. Y'all done got beside yourself. We feel God need help with the earth. He doing too much with the global warming, so we need to help him cool it off. Spray the skies with aluminum and barium. Block out the sun. Keep it cool. We need to depopulate. Too many people here. That's what's causing the earth to heat up. Too much oxygen being wasted. Too much waste. Y'all better go look it up. They said this, not me. By 2029, we need everybody wearing these trackable health devices. We need everybody to have digital ID to be on social media. There's 32 bills in Congress that affects our free speech on these social media platforms. Trump just made Mark Zuckerberg and two of the other top tech typhoons on the board of science and technology. This, you cannot make this up. And even though they're doing all of that, it's time for us to do something different. We will not make it individually. Too many people struggling right now individually. We have to gather together and we have to move as a unit. The more, the merrier. And so every day I show up with some type of opportunity to get us moving. If I can help you get $500, that's $500 more. Okay? If I can help you get $50,000, that's $50,000 more. While you can, why are we waiting until we can't? That is going to be, that's not going to be the icing on the cake. That's going to be the nail in the coffin if we wait till we can't. If we wait till we can't, and then to make it, I'm telling y'all, let me show y'all this because I forgot to show y'all this. Just remember this. Excuse me. Fannie Mae to take crypto for mortgage. Okay. They just announced 6 days ago. We taking crypto for mortgages and for down payments. And that affects a lot of people, especially people who don't have crypto. Why are y'all selling real estate with crypto? Why are the banks now lending and accepting crypto? They have to have all this collapse like it's happening in order for them to force their new way of living, aka the B system. We control everything. And I'm just not with that program. I cannot be controlled by no devils. I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't. God didn't give you power and authority over me. I am to obey the land of the law 100%. And I have. I don't have a record. I have obeyed the law. I don't break the law. I don't do fraudulent things. I don't do crimes. Okay? So I abide by the law. But you ain't got no authority over me to control whether I eat, how much I eat, where I live, that I gotta buy it from you. I just refuse. I refuse. And if there's one or two of my cousins on here on this broadcast, then there is hope. But we running out of time to be able to get access to what we need to get access to. I totally pivoted so that I can show others how to do exactly what I did and how I have helped other people do it. I've taken things from out of my mastermind, my yearly mastermind, to say, hey, let me bring this to the people and see if they're going to take action with it. For some, everybody don't want 250,000, 500,000. I don't see why not, because that can put us in a real good situation. If we buy our own and take care of our own, then what? I bet you one thing, Boley, Oklahoma, and Black Wall Street, it will not be a 2.0. That's for sure. This is a different generation. This is a different era. They tried it then and prospered, but that will never ever happen in 2026 moving forward. Okay. We will never ever let that happen. But I want us to be mindful. How did they start Black Wall Street? With land and businesses. Go look it up. They bought land and they started businesses. And then they began to open up aspects of the land so that other people can start businesses. Why? These were slaves that had been emancipated. All they knew how to do was work. But because they ran, jobs for their slave masters, and a lot of that was paying their taxes and going to go file their papers and making sure you go down here and you have this registered. They learned the game. And what they learned is if you have a business, they treat you differently. So we need to stop being black folks and start being black business folks. That's what they did. How did I think her name is Etta. Let me go make sure I give you her name. First Afro-American woman came straight out of slavery and went and bought her a house right next to the Rockefellers. Madam C.J. Walker. Okay. Madam C.J. Walker. Yep. First self-made millionaire purchased land and built a 34-room mansion called the Villa Lawaro in New York. Designed by the first licensed black architect in New York. And bought it right next to the Rockefellers. The richest people, not only in New York, but in the world. How was Black Wall Street created? Through businesses and land. Hey, if we open businesses, we get funding to run the businesses. We hire our own. We have our own businesses, our own banks, our own schools. We self-sufficient. We don't need the government's hand. Why do you think they burned it down? Because the government couldn't infiltrate. They created it themselves. And they were very wealthy. What are we doing in 2026? I'm not going down like that. I don't care what color your skin is. You can come with me because I am not going down like that. I will live on one part of the earth in the desert, okay, before I ever succumb me or my children to the government. To hell with that. Real talk. I'll lay mines down, because to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. I will lay mines down. Here I go. Yeah, do it quick. I refuse. History ain't repeating itself on my watch, in my life. So I've been trying to tell my cousins for far too long. And I tell y'all all the time, I'm going to leave y'all alone. A lot of the things I offered, I don't offer anymore. I left y'all alone. As I said, if you like this bull crap, have at it. You're not finna take me down like that, especially when I know who I am and I know whose I am. The devil, the elites, the government, they not running nothing. I was put in this earth to dominate and to have dominion. I was put in this earth on purpose to build a system God's way, set apart from this demonic worldly system, where many of God's people who is not on board will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. That is the beast system. You will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. I don't care what religion you is, respectfully. You won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. And that's what that good Bible say. And we see that system being built right before our eyes, where you got to get tokens for food. Oh, heck no. Something went in my eye, y'all. You got to get tokens for food in the tribe and all of this stuff. We ain't even got into Palantir, Donald Trump's, latest partnership, and why Iran said they finna blow them back to pieces. This thing get real, real deep, and I don't have the time to go deep with you, but I will. As long as I can come here and go live and tell y'all the truth, I'm going to tell y'all until they say you can't get it back on our platforms. And that time is coming perhaps anyway, spiritually, because God not going to keep on warning no hard-headed individuals. It's one thing that I love and respect about God. He gives mankind free will. If I show you, and I'm showing you consistently what is coming for you, and you don't protect yourself, the Bible calls you a fool. It say, blessed is the man that see trouble or calamity coming from afar off and hideth himself. He prepared. But woe to the fool who see trouble or calamity coming from afar off. You still got a cool way. You still got a distance, and you see it coming, and then it comes upon you. You're called a fool, because you will be destroyed. And a lot of people will, because they didn't take action. That's what I got for y'all, because I'm about to jump off of here, okay? I know how to get their money. The legal way. I know how to get their money. This is not no get rich quick scheme, okay? We don't do those around here. Everything's going to require some form of work. Anything that I present to you is not going to require physical labor, okay? I'm not going to tell you to go do no 9 to 5 type of labor for no minimum wage type of resources. No, I'm going to tell you that, hey, you're going to have to go to this website, and I've made it real easy for you to put this in right here. I know exactly the verbiage and the terminology that they're looking for, so that they will give you this $10,000. So here is the play. You're going to go to this website on this day. This is the application, okay? It's called a play. And you run the play. And once you run the play, you win in the game because you ran the play. Okay? So first things first, I have access for you to get $10,000, whether your credit is jacked up, scratched up, in the middle, rising, don't matter, because they don't even check your credit. Okay? And they do not require no business income, no business documents. Everybody can get this $10,000, even as a sole proprietor. No, this will not mess with your housing authority, your Section 8, your welfare, your food stamps, your Medicare, okay, your Social Security, because I know my people be most concerned about them kibbles and bits, no disrespect. You only get about $12,000 a year from Social Security. Maybe 13, 14,000 now. It's like $1,000, $1,100 every month. Add that up times 12. Probably get about 13,000. Maybe a little over 13,000. Welfare, you're only getting $500, $600, $700 a month. So you're doing about $8,000 to $9,000 a year. So if I give you a $10,000 play, okay, you're going to make more than what they're going to give you in a whole year in a single moment, literally. What you do with that $10,000 that you get, go buy you some land. I always tell y'all where to go buy land. It did me some good that my niece said, Amy, take $500 and go buy me some land. This is a child who ain't even 18 yet. Because she clearly see what the hell going on. She ain't even hit 18 to say, I got $500 on some land. Because things is not looking right. And people are struggling. This is a young adult who have not even hit 18, still in the teenage years, that recognize the signs of the time. And we as grown, more mature individuals see this happening and not taking action at all. You take that $10,000, go buy you some land. First of all, you take about $1,000 or $2,000 to pay them back using their own money. So that leaves you with about $8,000 to $9,000. You go buy you some land, $300 to $500. It's already valued at $2,500. So you up. And then you go take, maybe buy 2 or 3 pieces, 3, 6, 9. Take another $1,000, you left with $7,000, okay? You can go buy you a vending machine that brings in $3,000 to $5,000. For about $5,000, you still got $3,000, $2,000 left over. But guess what? You now have assets. And if your vending machine is bringing $3,000 to $5,000, you got $3,000 to $5,000 assets there. If your land is valued at $2,500 and you just went and bought 3 parcels of land for $300, all valued at $2,500, okay, that is $7,500 on top of the $3,000 to $5,000 that you're bringing from the vending machine. So now you have assets that are in value of $10,000. You can go to the bank and anywhere else and say, I would like to do an asset-backed loan. Let me borrow $5,000 of my total asset value, $10,000. They will give that to you within a heartbeat with no credit check because you have assets. This is the way we play the game. I have the $10,000 play. Okay, anybody can get it. It doesn't matter. And let me tell y'all a little secret that they're not going to tell you. If you start a business, your business is not connected to your personal. So your business money won't mess up your Section 8. It will not mess up your Social Security. It will not mess up your low income assistance. It will not mess up your handouts and your benefits. Okay? It is a business. It is a separate entity. And as long as you work from home, everything is a tax deduction. So if you made $100,000 and your rent is $2,000, $2,500 every single month, then you can add 2,500 times 12 and deduct that from the 100,000. And then you can add your light bill for the whole year and deduct that total cost from the 100,000. And then you can deduct your cell phone bill from the total cost and deduct that from the 100,000. And then you can deduct your food Okay? If you spending $1,000 a week, you add that times 4, that's $4,000 a month times 12. You deduct that from that 100,000, and then if you got gas, you deduct that. Insurance, you deduct that. Wi-Fi, you deduct that. And guess what? You have nothing left. My business brought in 100,000, but my business spent 97,000. All I had left over was 3,000. You can tax me $30 on that. I made the money and I'm living tax free, like y'all do. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. You got to know how to play the game, and you got to get with somebody who gonna help you play the game. Okay, I got their secret sauce. So here's some opportunities I got for y'all. If you want that $10,000 play, which I think we all could use, it would dang on show do us some good, especially if they coming with a false flag. I got some video I'm gonna show y'all about these drone attacks that we supposed to be on alert. And when I tell you that they're lurking and they're flying everywhere over our military bases, okay? One just almost flew into Donald Trump's plane yesterday. They had to have some fighter jets. One was also in front of his Mar-a-Lago home, okay? Just all of a sudden, these military drones, I got to show y'all what military drones do, because they keep telling we, the American people, that we're going to have a drone attack. And Iran is also letting us know, hey, we're going to hit y'all back. Y'all is not finna come up over here and tear up our refineries and where we making our weapons to protect our country, and don't think that y'all safe over there. I got a lot to show y'all, but this ain't the live for it. Just stay prepared. Make sure them notifications is on, because if you see me go live, that's going to be the live where I'm going to break it down like a 12 gauge. So you can see all that they're doing. Not just these few headlines that I didn't show you on today. All of the negative impacts and effects that this government have done to its own kind. I'm going to show y'all. If y'all want that $10,000 play, I'm going to give it to you on this live only. Let me change the banner so y'all able to see. This is on this live only opportunity. I ain't even bothered y'all with the $10,000 play. But guess what? I know for sure y'all going to need some extra money. My. Y'all going to need some extra money. $27 for tissue. How you going to keep up? How are you going to keep up? Okay. How are you going to be able to afford your breath? How are you going to be able to afford your underwears? Like, you can't make this up. Everything is about to go. It's already didn't went skyrocket. I'm not even going to say it's about to go. It had already went sky high. I am going to give a few of y'all, if you want the opportunity, I'll give a couple of y'all the $10,000 play for $47. Okay? Right above the ticker that say on live only discounted opportunities is all contact information, payment platforms that we accept. Okay? Email, phone number, payment platforms, only the ones that we will accept. If you want that, put a 1 in the chat. I will take the 10K. Okay. Next, I have the $75,000 play. Doesn't require a credit check or credit score, certain credit score, and it does not require any type of business documents, different things of that sort. They will give you the money simply for your idea. What are you going to do with the money? And most of my cousins be like, I don't want to get $75,000. How I'm going to pay them back? They give you $75,000, your payment going to be about $750 every single month. So out of the $75,000, what you can do is you can go ahead and say it's going to cost me $750 per month times 12. That is $9,000. If I do it times 12 more, that is $18,000. Okay. So they giving me 75,000 minus 18 will leave me with, why is this not? Hold on. 75,000 minus 18,000. Let's see what that's going to leave us with. 57,000. So I just took they money and paid them back 2 years in advance. Let that sit in the savings account on auto pay for the next 2 years. You will have an on time payment from they money. Now I'm gonna take that 57,000. I'm gonna go buy me some property. I'm gonna go buy me some real estate. I can take 20,000 of that and go get me a DSCR loan. That is a multi-family unit, maybe anywhere from 2 up to 20. They will only make me put down 20%, and they will put down 80 to 85%. I got 20,000 because I got 57,000 over here. Now I got 3 to 4 units paying me $1,600 to $1,800 every month. The loan is already paid for 2 years. Now I got me an income producing asset where these tenants is going to pay that 85% that they gave me, which is $900 a month. The tenants is going to pay that back. Just one of the tenants. Half of what they paying me gonna pay for the $900 mortgage. The $75,000 loan already paid up for 2 years. So now I will at least get to generate for the next 2 years some profit, income from the other 2 or 3 units. By the time them 2 years come up, I'm not paying that back. I've given you 18,000 on the loan. 1/4 of it is paid back, almost half of it. Okay. I will go give them in 2 years another 18,000. So now you got 36,000 paid. I will let the payments pay for 2 years. And then by the time 2 years come and I'm generating income from my property, I will give them another 18,000. I done paid off half of the loan. Guess what they finna do? Hey, you paid off half of the loan. Gave us a big lump sum. Been making on-time payments for 2 years. Would you like to borrow 300, 400,000? This is how capital works. Yes, I would. So now they void out the 75,000 or the balance from that. They give you 300,000. You go rinse, wash, and repeat. Simple as that. $75,000 play is $97. $10,000 play, everything is done for you step by step. Okay? You don't need to figure out what I need to say, what I need to put here. It tells you everything about the program. They give it to you just with an idea. And even the idea is already done for you. Hey, I want to start a after school program. Hey, I want to start a daycare center in an underprivileged community where I can watch the children for, on a sliding fee sale based off of their income, where they have a safe place for their children. Hey, I want to open up a beauty store. I want to help, beautify and bring revitalization to our community, whatever it is. You get the money from an idea. I just gave you the game plan of how you pay it back. So you got the $75,000 play that is $97. And if you want the $250,000 play, that one is based off your credit, which you at least need to have a 560. You got a 560. Still the same rule applies. What you gonna do with the money? I want the 250,000 to go get me an apartment complex. I want to do something with real estate. Hint, hint. I'm not a financial advisor, so I cannot advise you financially. I am a financial consultant. And what Dr. Tawana would do is get that 250,000 dealing with anything in real estate, because they are 7.2 million homes short in the United States of America. So when I come and say I want to get into something in real estate, I'm actually lessening the burden of the government, because I will have or build or buy affordable homes that keep people off the streets. And they don't mind giving me that money because you're helping us. Okay. I have the $250,000 play guaranteed. If you follow the framework, guaranteed you will get the 250K. Okay. Step by step, exactly what you need. Okay. By the end of the information you're going to learn, they're already going to have who's going to fund you. You just need a 260. I mean 560. 560 credit score. Okay? I have that for 197. So I got 47 for the 10K, 97 for the 75K, 197 for the 250K. Okay? Next thing I have is a done for you. Would you like me to get your credit all the way together? And I am not a credit agency. I would literally only take 3 people for this opportunity. Okay. I'm not a person that fix your credit, and we will be kind of working hand in hand, even though I will be doing the heavy lifting because I do not handle your personal information. I'm just saying I know the laws, and I know exactly how to go after the credit bureaus to have things removed from your credit. I also know how to boost your credit so that you can go get the biggest bag you ever had rapidly. Okay. So for 3 people, I will work for you for 3 months to get your credit where it needs to be so that you can go after the funding. I'm not going to say it takes 3 months. It may not. It just may. If especially if the bureaus want to come back and be like, "Oh, okay, this is verified," then I'm gonna hit them with something and let them know, if you do not remove this, you will be in court with me, and I'm going to sue you because you can, right? And I got all that data. I got all that. You can make $1,000 from a data breach. This is the information my cousins don't know. My information was found in a data breach. I'm going to your website. I'm going to confirm that my information was involved in your data breach. And then I'm going to ask you to remove every negative item from my credit file since my information was exposed in a data breach. If you refuse, we will go to court and I will win big solely off of consumer law that states you have violated my consumer law. I be trying to put y'all on because I promise you, you ain't got to work as hard as you have been. You ain't got to worry about no money. Money is in abundance. That's why they print it every day. And I don't care. The war is popping off right now, so the dollar is very valuable. You need to get as much of it as you can before you can't. It's the name of the game, okay? Any questions for me? I have the done for you for 3 people. I will cut you a 50% discount on my done for you, and I'm only going to work with 3 people. Okay. I will customize and structure your dispute letters to have items removed. I'm talking about 13, 14 items removed if you had that many negative items. It don't matter your personal credit. We want your score to go up because I want you to be able to go to certain banks and take advantage of opportunities that you are able to take advantage of with a credit score that we're going to get you to. Okay. I don't care where you are with your credit journey. 3 of you guys will be able to allow Dr. T to get your credit together, boost it, and then have you go off and get funded. at least within the next 90 days. Okay, for $497, I really only need the receipt. To be honest with you, I really only need the receipts. Hey, my client in 2 weeks, in 4 weeks. Okay, this is my client in 45 days. I only need the receipts. So that's why I'm even doing a done for you, because I don't fix people credit. Okay, I get paid to talk. I do not fix people credit. And I get paid to not only talk, but I get paid to educate. I'm not a credit repair specialist, but I know how to get your credit together. So for 3 of y'all, I will work and get your credit to where it needs to be to, so that you can go run some funding plays that I will share with you when we get you to where we need to get you. We get your TransUnion score up, I'm gonna send you to at least 5 or 6 banks that only pull from TransUnion, so you can run that bag up. If your Experian get up, okay, then I'm gonna run you by some plays that only pulls from Experian, so you can get that bag. If all 3 of your scores is up, then I'm gonna run you some plays that you can go here 3 days in a row. Okay, pick your days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't care, whatever days you pick. On Monday, you're going to go to 3 banks that pull from TransUnion. Tuesday, you're going to go to 3 banks online. Okay, you're going to go to 3 banks that pull from Equifax. And Wednesday, you're going to go to 3 banks that pull from Experian. And I'm going to have you go after their $25,000 minimum up to $50,000 maximum credit. Credit cards, lines of credit, it doesn't matter. You do that 3 times on Monday, you got $150,000. Turn around and go get another 150 piece on Tuesday from Experian. Now you up $300,000. And then turn around and go do that on Wednesday at a bank that only pulls from Equifax. Now you have $450,000. Your credit is more powerful than you can ever imagine. Okay? Your credit is more powerful than you can ever imagine. And if you ain't trying to go get you no extra money, if you ain't trying to go get you, some rapid revenue, please get your credit. You're going to remember me saying this. Your credit is going to make or break or determine a lot of things for you. If you run out of cash, you got to wait on it, or you got to work for it. You got to either wait on it or work for it. If you run out of cash and you got good credit, you can turn credit into cash 100%. I done showed y'all receipts where I just literally helped, I believe, 8 people collectively get over $450,000 in funding on a live. I told y'all to sign up for the live, $97. And I'll drop the live funding links. We're going to have live funding links that will be dropped where you can go and get you a bag. How much is for that service? For the done for you with the credit for 3 months, that is $497, beloved. And that's only for 3 people, because I really just need the receipts. I want you to see that, look, this first of all going to work. And then I need your receipts. Why? Because after I do it for you, then the price goes up. Okay? You will not be able to get no. And trust me, I do this strategically so that I can charge the people who I want to charge what I want to charge. Here's testimonial proof, social proof. If their credit went up to this, to that. Okay? We do the monitoring, all that good stuff. I forgot to mention the challenge. We have the challenge where I will, for 5 days, I'm going to show you how to make money. On day 1, I'm going to show you how to get your credit together using the law. Not no credit agency, the law. This will also become a side income for you, because once you know how to do it, guess what? You can help other people do it and get paid to do so. And then 3rd day is going to be all about funding. And then we're going to do how to protect your money. Okay? Trust, insurance policies, private reserve bank accounts, stuff y'all don't know about. And then the last day, we're going to do preparation. I got to get you to make some money. first. I got to get you to make some money first. Once you make money, then you can start. Hey, look, if I need you to go settle that debt over there, we're going to remove these, settle that debt so we can work simultaneously and get your score rapidly raised. That's the name of the game. Because I want you to go get to the bag. If your credit is together, oh my God, I can send you out to go get $1 million in one day. This is why it's really, really important to get your credit. I have every resource, banking rep, go get you $1 million. And if I go get you $1 million and I charge you 10% of that $1 million, then I just went and got 100,000, and you got 900,000 left. And we can do a whole bunch with that. Okay. I try to put y'all on to things that other people ain't coming looking for y'all. You have to go find this from them. And you have to pay the right price, or you do not get no discounts, no cousin hookups, no kin folks, half offs. No, I do it because I love you. I do it because I do not want my people hurt. It pains me to see them hurt, but I am realizing my people are addicted to pain. I gotta let the chips fall where they lay. And the information that I'm giving y'all, I go give it to the other people. And it pains me to do that, but I do. If y'all want it, I'm not going to withhold it from y'all. But I went and learned it so I can put my people on, okay? Any questions for me? I got to go. My time is up. I gave y'all some opportunities to make you some fast revenue. The $10,000 can be in your account in 7 to 10 days. So the next 2 weeks, they business days, Monday through Friday. So within 2 weeks, you have this money direct deposited into your account. I just showed you that they finna give away $100 million every year to those who are in the food, retail industry, catering, anything got to do with food. You can start your business. You ain't got to have cooked a meal. But just because your business say, I'm in the retail food space, you can go get you a whole lot of money. Start a soup kitchen, start something. Doesn't matter. Start something that's going to work for you and not you work for it. Okay. Any questions? Instagram cousins, I love y'all. My time is up. If you're interested, you already know what to do. Go ahead and hit the DM because you can't see the information that they can see over here. Okay. I will honor it for the next hour. I ignore all emails, all of that stuff after the fact, just to let y'all know. Some people think they slick, and then some people just absolutely miss the opportunity, and then they start emailing me, hey, is this still available? And then I'm just going to ignore you because it's not. If I say on live opportunities only, they're on live. And if I do say they are available, they are not available at the prices that I mentioned on live. My people, you got to hear me clearly when I say that. Because then you'd be wondering why you didn't respond back to me. That is why. Either I'm not offering it or I'm not offering it to you at that price. And I can't help you. So, okay. I love y'all. And yeah, for sugar though, I will definitely see y'all another time. As I always say when I go, stay in peace, people, so you don't end up in pieces. Holla. Biz credit funding as well. Biz credit funding as well. Is that included in that? Is that what you're asking me? Are you asking me is the okay, sorry about that. Are you asking me is in the 497 when we fixing your credit and getting your credit together, is the business funding included as well? Business funding is for business funding. Hopefully that makes sense. So the business funding is for business funding, but I do include personal funding. You get your credit together so that you can go leverage your big bag and we do something called good debt, not bad debt, where they give us 1,000 and we just go on a shopping spree and max out our card for 1,000, and now we can't pay that back. Now we in bad debt. That's reporting to our credit. We're upside down on our income to debt ratio. The whole 9 yards. I do have a done for you. Okay, I'll tell you about that in just a second, and I'll probably take maybe one or two people in on that, honestly, because my time is involved. Okay. Um, so I can't do a whole bunch of people. I always offer the mentorship so I can show you. And really, the done for you is, for one, I need the receipts. And for two, is for the people who really need it really badly, but they just don't have the time or they don't know what to do. So, once a month or something like that, I will come by and offer a done for you aspect. But the funding, if I get your personal credit together, this is going to be funding on a personal side so you can leverage it to go buy you something that makes you money. That way you don't have to worry about, well, how I'm going to pay it back. No, you're going to use their money to pay them back. And then you're going to use their money to go buy you something that's going to make you money to pay them back later on down the road. Okay. And we're really technically not going to never pay them back, because after you run the play that I just gave you and you pay down half of the loan, they're going to absolutely 1,000% every single time on the dime offer you more. Yeah, we don't do bad debt. Good credit only. Yeah. So we do good debt. Robert Kiyosaki is in good debt. Warren Buffett is in good debt. Amazon is in good debt. Amazon is billions of dollars in debt. Even the United States is in debt. $38 trillion in debt. Okay, that tells you something. We're just going to use it to leverage it. So if you get the done for you, I do have a done for you opportunity where we will, of course, get your business started. Okay, you definitely need the EIN and the LLC. I say if you got a birth certificate and a social security card, you definitely need an LLC and an EIN. Some people are like, well, do I got to pay every year? No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Broke people worry about that. Poverty mindset be like, oh, do I got to pay? Listen, if I'm going to go start me an LLC and an EIN, and it's going to generate me $100,000, I don't care about paying no $50 every single year for, franchise tax fee or something stupid like that. I don't care. An annual fee. I don't care about no interest rate. What I care about is access. Give me access to your money so I can make me more money. I don't care. I'm never want to use my money to make me more money. I want to use your money. When I use your money, then I'm going to make me more money by using your money. I'm going to use your money to go buy me some assets that produce me residual income every single month. I need that. I need that. Okay, I'm gonna go buy me some units. So I have it done for you. Well, we will go get your personal together, because if you leverage your personal, which is a PG, with your business, then the bag is 1,000% bigger. Hands down, you can go get your $500,000 bag with an EIN and the LLC and a decent credit score. Without a decent credit score, you can still go get you $250,000, $300,000 just on the business side. When your personal score is great, then the bag just becomes bigger. And not only does it become bigger from like one source, we like do credit stacking. We hit them all up. And then we got hacks where we can have the hard inquiry removed. We can freeze our account so we never ever incur the hard inquiry. I mean, we have hacks, straight up hacks. We go do a whole drill. Okay, before anything reports in 30 days, we just go do a whole drill. Okay, hey, we finna hit them up. We finna legally do a jack move. Real talk. Okay, that's how I started our car lot. When it got 7 vehicles in 1 week. Hello, somebody. You need a mentor to get you there faster. So I offer the mentorship. But we will get your personal together while we working on that. We will go ahead and do your registration of your LLC, your EIN, and then we will go ahead and start working on your trade lines. We know exactly the trade lines that need to be added to your business so you be able to get that 80 payday score. Once we got that 80 payday score, you can go get a fleet of vehicles. Oh, you want to do charter bus? Okay, you want to do renting high luxury cars when they come to the city and they want a Ferrari, you got it. You charging, you want to go with Turo, and you want to go get you a whole bunch of Airbnbs and rent those in your business name, not in your personal, and start letting them generate income for you. Like what you want to do, how many ways you want to play this. Okay. So then we go get you the funding. Now that you have the trade lines, we go get you the commercial space, and we can go get you. I didn't show y'all. We got our clients $100,000 just on a vehicle loan. And then I got connections that will liquidate them credit cards that we get you approved for. So you want to liquidate, we get you approved for 0 interest for 12-month credit cards. And then we liquidate those, meaning we pull the cash off. And then we go turn it into dirt. We want to be dirt rich. Okay. Not paper rich, dirt rich. Real estate, land. Okay. Commercial. If I go get just a little patch of land, I can go put me a billboard on that bad boy. Hey, y'all need y'all business promoted? Come right here, $2,500 for the month. That's on a regular board. But if I got a digital billboard, then every minute I can be running an ad. Oh, I got some plays for y'all. I just got my EIN and LLC in December. Cleaning credit is in process. Next is trade lines. That's why I'm gonna need you, Doc. Biz, bank account, and all. Let's go. Shout out to you. Let me highlight that because I love that for you. And I love you for taking action. You understand? I love you for taking action. Real talk. I love that. And I'll celebrate you 100%. Okay? It's time to get to the bag. I celebrate that 100%. Shout out to you making it work for you and your family. Okay? All right, y'all. Any other questions before I go? I gotta go. I gotta go. Try to come by here and give y'all some love, and just hop off and go do what I need to do. But I gotta go do what I gotta do. One of them things that I gotta go do is eat. I haven't eaten all day. So I'm gonna wait about another minute, see if there's any questions. Anybody that I'm here sent for, by the Holy Spirit to get your butt together in gear and have you come and join us where you need to be at, okay? Then here's your invitation. Here's your invitation. Let me get this queued up. I know there is a delay. Y'all all on YouTube? Okay, I see y'all. Y'all all on YouTube. Shout out YouTube. Any other questions? Got 30 seconds. And then I'm out. Carleon King. I like that name. That's pretty. If you're a man, I'm not talking about like that's pretty like curly. That's unique. I like that. Carleon. All right, y'all. I'm out. I just got to come with the fun stuff. That was music to my ears because the time is now to run that kind of play. Yes, the digital billboard idea. I tell y'all, I just be trying to get y'all in my inner circle. There's information I cannot share. Just me telling y'all how to go legally do that. And I 100% know I'm going to delete this video. That's why you see a lot of my videos deleted. If you don't catch it live, then you don't catch it. Okay? They call them wealth for a reason. They call them secrets for a reason. Secrets ain't supposed to be broadcasted. You're welcome. Absolutely. I just try to put y'all up on game on what we doing. Because what I do know is we not going down. That's what I do know. We're not bending these knees to nobody. And we ain't going down. not to no government, not to no devils, not to no elite. I don't care who you is. We stand on that over here. I love y'all. Have a blessed rest of your day, morning, afternoon, whatever time you are viewing me. Whether you are all around the world, because I got people all around the world that watch. Thank you for popping in, and I'll see you the next time. Stay in peace so you don't end up in pieces. Out.